Welcome back to Between Bells, guys. When it comes to building a portfolio, there are a variety of apps in the market, but one in particular helps you invest based on what matters to you. Joining us now is Brandon Krieg, the CEO of Stash. Brandon, thanks so much for joining us here on Between Bells. As I mentioned earlier, there's so many different financial apps that are out there. What makes Stash different?
You know, first of all, thanks for having me today. It's great to be here, even though I'm warming up right now.
You're in a sleeveless shirt. It's like 20 degrees outside.
I have a warm
what are you doing?
You know, we set off on a mission when we started Stash to help millions of people start investing that typically didn't have the opportunity to invest. We actually launched on the Apple iPhone about a year and a half ago. We're a mobile-first investing service, and we really focus on three things. Financial education is one of the things that we really focus on. We think it's really important. Millions of people in this country don't understand investing or financial services, but want to. And so we spent a lot of time and energy helping people start learning how to look at finances and how to think about it. And secondly, we dropped the barrier of investing to $5. We wanted to make it super simple for people to start. And when we were originally thinking about the idea of Stash, we would say, you know, to people on the street, you know, what would you think about investing? And say, well, I have to be rich to start. And we always said, well, you don't have to be wealthy to start. What about starting with $5? And that's something that, again, you know, I think technology has helped us do. And then lastly, you know, we wanted our users to invest with intent, with choice, which is really important so that our customers had a say in what they're investing in. You know, we're an investment advisor, so we'll recommend things to our customers, but, you know, each one of our customers has a unique view on the world. And so investing in what matters to them, whether it be their beliefs or things they like or things that they want for their long-term financial futures, is important to us. We want to make sure we give that choice to them.
Okay, so you said $5. What can $5 really get me, though?
It gets you to start.
Okay.
It helps you build that habit. The thing for us is the most important thing is you start investing and then you make it a habit, you make it habitual, and you do it every week. So with Stash, we have a feature called Auto Stash. And what Auto Stash does is it sets it up on a recurring basis for you. So if you start with $5 or $10, that's not really the best thing in the world. But when you do it every week, $5 or $10, for a really long time, it adds up very quickly.
So it's more about building that habit.
That's right, yes.
Okay.
So for us, again, it's about getting people off the sidelines. There are millions of people that never thought that they could do this. They either didn't understand it or they found it unrelatable or confusing. And again, like all of this, especially the $5 thing, it just says you can start. You can have that choice to do it.
So, which you obviously have talked about simplifying things and making things easier, bringing people off the sidelines, invest with as little, you know, as $5 as possible. So how does Stash make money in all of this then? Well,
firstly, we're taking a long-term view. We're one of the few financial companies that tells our users not to invest a lot of money at one time. We do see a future where our assets will grow and our customers using it more and more. I mean, we only launched just over a year ago. We have over 350,000 accounts now. So we're growing very quickly, and we think a lot of people are really understanding what we're doing. We charge for all of our education and our application $1 a month. So that's our revenue model. And you know, with the way we're scaling our user base, it's working, the model.
So walk us through maybe a little bit step by step on how you teach new people on Stash about building a portfolio and investing and stuff like that.
Well, think about investing for most of the people even walking by us right now. The second you go through our application, it takes about 2 minutes to open an account and $5 to start. You've already learned something. You've learned that you can do it. You've said, now I'm an investor now. Where there's 2 minutes ago you weren't, now you are. And so what we start doing is through the app, we have a piece of financial software that gives you both investment recommendations and also educational content. So if you're a new investor, the first thing you're going to get is a bunch of different pieces that we author on what is this that you're doing. And we also have a glossary where we teach you all the words that you need to understand. You know, financial services can be very complicated, and what we want to do is demystify it and teach it in little bite-sized pieces along the way, though. We don't want to cram it in too fast. And that's why we say take a long-term view and do this over years, not days.
So what's the percentage, though, of some of the bigger investments that Stash would be keeping?
Well, you know, everybody has their own choice, and everyone has their own, you know, financial, you know, well-being that they have to put in the app. Some people put $5 or $10. Most of our customers start a little bit more. For us, the $5 is interesting. It's really there to remove that barrier, but people do start with more than $5. I think that it's interesting. You know, we have a lot of people that invest in clean energy. We have people that invest in defending America. I think probably our biggest investments are the diversified investments that invest in things all around the world. But really, it's all over the place. It's really up to what people want to do. We don't
Okay.
tell them what to do.
But going back to the educating of your customers, how are you doing that? Is through video? Are you having one-on-one conversations with these people? Is this through kind of like a document that like they're reading a lot of these things?
Yeah.
How is the communication where they're learning this stuff?
So we do a lot of it through written materials in the app. We try to make them fun and animated, and we also do a lot of video. Those are the two real ways we do it. We do not do one-on-one financial advice with our customers. There's too many of them, and we didn't set up the business that way. You know, we really tried to emulate for the masses what the wealthy get, what the affluent investor would get. You know, if you're rich in this country, you could walk into an investment advisor or a bank and say, look, you know, I have X millions of dollars. You're going to get a lot of service. You're going to get whatever you want. But what if you only have $100 and you're an Uber driver or you work at Walmart? Financial services companies, especially the big ones, aren't running after you to get you to start being a customer of theirs. It costs them too much money to even acquire you as a customer. So what we said is, how do we emulate through technology and through scale the services that the wealthy get? And that's really our goal, is to help millions of people start. And we estimate there are 100 million people in this country that need this type of service.
So as far as millennials go, how are millennials different when it comes to investing, and what sectors are you seeing them invest in Stash?
Like, do you see them in like green technology or anything like that?
You know, there are a number of people doing it. I think for millennials, the number one thing that comes to mind is the mobile phone. That's why we went mobile first. We don't have a web version of Stash. Is because millennials are attached to their phone. They bank through their phone. They use social media, just
So
like
they're
your last piece.
investing in apps and things that are mobile phone friendly?
That's one of the choices
Okay.
in Stash. It's, we have an investment called Internet Titans, where they can invest in internet companies. One of our top investments, or our large investments, is Defending America, which a lot of people buy, which is defense and aerospace companies. You know, the difference is, if I say Defending America in the show, you'll understand it. It's defend companies. But a lot of the investments you'd actually have to buy, which we mimic to buy, would be the fund company tactical core, defense core class 3 shares, which most people don't understand. So we tried to make it more relatable. I'd say the number one investments are mixes, so moderate mix, aggressive mix, and diverse and a conservative mix, which really are stocks, bonds, US and Europe, which are good building blocks for a portfolio. So we recommend our customers start with that diversified portfolio and then add on to it after.
What's your advice to individuals that are getting into portfolios now? Would you say for them to be more conservative right now, or do you think they should just go all out and choose more aggressive stocks, or what?
It's hard to say that, because it really depends on your age and your financial situation. I'd say for the majority of people that might even be listening, to start. That's my number one advice. Start investing. Do something, because not doing it is not the right thing to do. And then I would say that take the long game. Don't put a lot of money in the market at any one time, because you don't know what the market's going to do. We don't know if the market's going to fall apart tomorrow or go up really a lot tomorrow. What we do know is the market over the longer term has shown, you know, you have things that you can look at. Now, history doesn't always repeat itself, but dollar cost averaging is something we teach on Stash, which means on a regular basis to be putting money in and keep investing. So if you're doing $10 now, do $10 next week and the week after and the week after, and build a habit doing it. So if prices are going up or prices are going down, you're constantly investing over the long term. That's the most important thing that I think, and for our customers, is to keep doing it. You know?
Yeah, get that consistency.
That's right.
Get that pattern. Well, Brandon Krieg, CEO of Stash, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.